Hey there, this is Katherine Cartwright. Welcome to day 14 of the Advent Calendar from Diamond Press. Today I received some tulip dies. There are three bases for the tulips, and then there is one die that has three different tulips on it. So you can cut out three at a time, which is super, super nice. But you can see each of these bases are a little bit different, and then the tulips are a little bit different. So there are two that are sort of similar sized and one that's a little bit taller. And so I am going to put together a card here. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to glue these together. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the tip of the stem. I think that's easier because it's really a large flower, and I am just going to stick it on here and hopefully it will stay. Okay, so of course it would help if you hold it there for just a second and let it stick before you turn it down. Okay, so I'm just flipping that over so that can dry, and then I'll repeat the process with these other tulips, and they are beautiful. It's a little hard to see on camera, especially with the yellow, but there's a nice little kind of cut in embossed line, so to speak, that just makes the tulip look even more realistic, beautiful. And then I'm going to do a third one. I'm going to use a pink for this one. I thought I'd have a little something different. Every time I see tulips, I think of when we lived in Denver many, many, many years ago. And I've got one of those panels that I made using the gold shimmer, but I always think of tulips. There were these beautiful tulips in the spring where we live. It's too hot, and the deer mow down any kind of tulip. It's like candy for them. So the first year we lived in our new house where we are, I planted tulips and they grew, and the bloom was there, and then the next day they were gone. So anyway, that's when I learned that we were not going to have tulips in our yard because the deer own the land we live on, basically. But in Denver, they had this gorgeous home. I remember probably had several hundred tulips every spring. And so as I would drive down to work, I would see these gorgeous, gorgeous tulips. And every time I see a tulip, I think exactly of that home and the beauty and the joy that it brought me to see those tulips. So anyway, that's a long story about the tulips, but I love them, and I love them especially even though we cannot grow them. So it makes me a little sad, but they were absolutely beautiful out in Colorado. Okay, so I've got this stamp flowers for you, and I am going to add that to this card. I've just got this cut down to fit the sentiment, and I'm not totally sure where this stamp came from. I believe it could be the Mega Stamp Kit. I'm not totally sure. I will try and locate that and figure that out for you, because I don't think it didn't come with the tulip die. I know that much. Okay, so I'm going to take some foam here and pop this up because it's not going to really stick to the glitter paste since it's uneven. But, and that's that shimmer, gold shimmer, I think it was called. It's beautiful. But I made several panels of those a few days ago. If you aren't watching this series, I'm making a card every day with the product that I get in the Advent calendar. So if you purchase the Advent calendar and you're looking for some inspiration, hopefully I can provide that for you. So here are the tulips, and I'm just going to add that sentiment. I'm kind of picking it up to see if it passes the eye test where it looks fairly straight. I really should use a straight edge, but I just don't. And so I just go with the eyes and hope that it turns out okay. All right, so I have got a piece of black cardstock here that I want to add this panel to. I definitely want to highlight those beautiful tulips and have them pop off the page. So against that gold too, which I am just in love with. Okay, so I've got some glue here. I'm going to add this on, and then I will add this to a card base. The finished card size is going to be A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So flowers for you. So I can send some tulips through the mail to a friend or family member and give them a hug with some flowers. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit more liquid adhesive here to finish off this card. And if you've gotten the Advent calendar, I'm doing these videos I think in October, and then This will come out in November. And so these videos, so you may not have even opened yours if you haven't. But if you have, let me know. Leave me a comment and let me know if you've had a product that you received that you really, really loved so far. And I've just got some little smudges there that I'm trying to get off. And then I will finish. I'm just being careful. Anytime I use white cardstock, I have to really mind my fingers because invariably there is something that I get on white cardstock. It is just the way that I'm made to be messy. All right. So that is today's share the tulip dies from the Advent calendar. Be sure and check back tomorrow to see what I make. Thanks so much and have a great day.